And a good day, all of you. Jean Henderson, Pierre the Beverage Ramble, back again with you. Another rambling edition today. Simpler Times Pilsner beer. I did the Simpler Times Lager not too long ago. I think it was maybe about 2 months ago I did that. A very unique beer. This is their Pilsner. 5.5% ABV. The Simple Times Lager was more of a like I said, a very unique product. That's I think close to 6% ABV. This is beer sold exclusively at Trader Joe's. Gets a 71 score. Gets a 2.68 out of 5 score on Tap. 71 score on Beer Advocate, which was kind of interesting. I figured on Tap usually tend to be very fair about some of their scores and give beers the benefit of the doubt. Beer Advocate, on the other hand, tends not to be that way. Sometimes we rate beer as well. So I kind of found it interesting, the score. This is a German Pilsner style beer. Like I said, when I had the Simple Times Lager, I just thought I couldn't pinpoint whether it was considered a extra strong beer. Was it just an ale, a red ale? It had that kind of interesting finish and taste to it, and I mean, I had nothing to, it wasn't a bad product. It was just very hard to describe what it was. If it is a malt liquor or Hell's Doppelbock or just a extra strong lager, strong ale, kind of in the lines of maybe Arrogant Bastard, but Arrogant Bastards tend to be that's a little higher ABV. But in any event, I said I picked this up at Trader Joe's yesterday. Thankfully, I didn't buy the 6-pack, which is very reasonably priced. The 6-pack and the 12-pack of both of these beers. They think both go for $8.99. The Simpler Times Lager and the Pilsner as well. So they're not really breaking the bank. I thought going to Trader Joe's, when I first moved up here, I just thought, oh yeah, that's an expensive store, whatever. But actually, I've been shopping there quite a bit, and the prices are not as bad as I thought they are. So, anyway, nice scent, nice fragrance. My buddy was here this week for her birthday, so we kind of took her out to show her around Atlanta a little bit and get to some places that I was even starting to get to figure out and know myself. So. Interesting scent, interesting smell. Almost a bread-like. A little malty, so here we go. Quite refreshing. Not too bad, not. I mean, it's okay. A little sort of a bready taste, almost like a biscuited flavor. Has a good finish in the end. And all this talk that you see in these commercials, like for beers like Miller Lite, Amstel Light, and they consider them Pilsner beers. Folks, let's just be straight. They're not Pilsners. They're not. It's just a gimmick they're trying to run, kind of convince themselves that, hey, we're a great Pilsner lager and beverage, come try it. It's really a light lager, and it's not Pilsner in any way. Very little similarities and very little flavor of a Pilsner. So, Pilsner Urquell, definitely Mama Yellow Pils, definitely those are considered Pilsners, real Pilsners, not the stuff that you see. Lagunitas Czech Pils, there's more in the line of the real Euro flavor. This one is all right. Again, it's sort of the bready, biscuity feel to this. Nice malt. Decent enough. Um, Now, the brewery Minhas has been known to do their own beers that they sell in other stores. None of which I've seen here in this area, but I know there's a lot of them in the Midwest. They have their own name brand beers that they do, and some of them are not, times are not always great. Let's see. As well as City Brew. Minhas did the one of their contract brews was a beer for Costco, the Kirkland's brand, Signature Light, which was brewed by Minhas, and wasn't good at all. I mean, you're not getting a good deal. It had a very aluminum can feel taste to it. It just wasn't pleasant at all. But thankfully they've discontinued selling that. But they do other contracts. They do contract beers for different breweries, whether it be Boston Beer Company or whether it be this or that brewery. You know, make sure our name is on this. Make sure it is going to be done and done correctly, the way it needs to be done, or else we're taking the contract, we're going to another brewery. You know, City Brewery, same thing. So they do contractors for also Boston Beer Company, Guinness, and different things. You know, and they make their own products. Some of which are good, others are just horrible. Just shouldn't even be made or even be put on the streets or sold in the streets whatsoever. But in any event, so the most of the beers that you see at Trader Joe's and other stores, and again, they put their reputation on it, and some have been pretty good. They got the Bull Swan, which is sold there as well. They got their own Trader Joe's lager, which kind of looks like what's that beer? Like Corona, sort of their own version of Corona. And they got their Stockyard, their stout, which is a sessionable stout. That's also brewed. They also had their Orange Bloom, which is a lager that they produce. So they do put some really good things at their, they do put out a lot of good products that I at times have bought and probably will buy again. Is this a great Pilsner? No. But is it refreshing? It does what it needs to do? Yeah. And just look at it from that perspective. So, nice, refreshing, sure. Have it with some hot dogs, any finger food you want. This pretty much would be a good beverage to sample with, or some seafood. Is it up there with the other beers that I mentioned, the other Pilsners? No, but it all holds its own. So, very reasonably priced. A 6-pack goes for $4.99. Again, as I mentioned, the 8-pack, 12-pack goes for $8.99. So you're not gonna break the bank with this, and you probably won't even get the side eye from people. Then again, they say simpler times. I never heard of this, so maybe probably would be best not to bring it to a party. So no, but in any event, this is all right. I'm not gonna go low as Beer Advocate with that 71 score. I'm gonna say C plus. So this is gonna be 7.7, 7.8 for the Simpler Times Pilsner. Good enough, decent. Look at it for what it is, and just sit back and watch whatever with this and nibble those food pairings I mentioned to go with this. So C plus, 7.7 for the Simpler Times Pilsner. Check it out. You may like it, maybe. John Henderson Pierre, the Beverage Ramble. Keep on watching as always. Cheers, live, laugh, and love. Simpler times, simpler days, simpler Pilsner. Oh, yeah.